name's Shelley Berry. I am part of the board. I help with fundraising, with our community events, and staying in contact with our community and seeing who needs help. I met Trey through his beautiful wife, Lauren, who is a family friend that goes back to her great aunt and my mother. So, it's just something that's been near and dear to my heart. My husband's a Desert Storm veteran, and the nurse in me, I just always want to help people. It affects their families. I will say out in the community, you'll find wives, girlfriends, children, you just kind of listen, and sometimes it's seeing that they need a day out, We not only take the veterans, we do families. We've had a kid day in the past, so we just try and support the whole family, the whole unit. And, I think that's really important is people don't realize that it doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. Moving back here and being more connected with the military again kind of stirred up some things that I think he had probably bottled down. I think that is a big thing. Trey, I believe in one interview said it best, we're taught not to surrender. And that is something I think largely in our military is, they're taught not to surrender. And it's hard for them to eventually surrender their feelings and surrender everything. And I think that has been a big part of seeing an improvement with my husband is him finding something and just going with it. So SPEARiT has affected many people, and I don't want to just say veterans. As a hospice nurse, I had a patient who couldn't leave his bed. He had been a diver in the past, and with some of Trey and Randy's videos from trips that they've taken, I would bring a tablet, and it was a connection where this man had been a veteran during Vietnam, and he didn't really let a lot of people in. And with me being his hospice nurse, it used to be like 5 to 10 minutes. Just come in, take my blood pressure, and get out of my house. And through SPEARiT and, finding this connection, it got to the point where we would have 1 to 2 hour long visits. I would share, these dives, and it helped him. So even though he was not medically able to get out and go on a trip, he was still on a trip. And it was, it was very, very satisfying and rewarding on my own to see that. I've seen where I've called and told Trey, hey, I have a coworker, her husband was active, had just got back, and a friend of his passed away in a motorcycle accident. And it was not even a week, and Trey had him out on a boat, and he had a great time. It's just seeing those things. We had at our church at Come As You Are, we had a young active duty Marine that was getting ready to deploy. He and his wife were recently engaged, and they got him out just days before he left, and they got to spend the day together, and that was great for both of them. So there's so many things that we could sit here and talk about that shows how we affect our community and everyone around it, and I think that's just amazing. So I would say, just using my husband as an example, he's a very stoic Croatian man in his 50s, and in his past, he didn't open up. That affected his first marriage, that affected his children, it affected his family life. He sought out that brotherhood in a motorcycle club. He never struggled with addiction or alcoholism, but he struggled with that fitting in, looking for it in all the wrong places, not wanting to trust or to talk, but then eventually finding his will to surrender and to admit, hey, I need to talk about these things. We just celebrated 8 years of being married, and it has only been in the past 3 years that he has opened up and talked about things that I didn't know about. And I really attribute that to SPEARiT. I really think that it helps him, it helps our relationship, it has helped his relationship as a father, as a grandfather. And, it's scary and it's hard. And as someone who has suffered from addiction herself and being a nurse, it's hard to come out and talk about those things because then people are constantly judging you. Just know that with SPEARiT, there's no judgment here. And, we're all here to help. We're all here to support each other, and it takes a team. You can't do it alone. I think just seeing this community, every event that we have, businesses, individuals come out, and you get to see this interaction. And in our world today, you don't see that much anymore. And it's just, I feel it's good for the soul, it's good for the heart to see everybody come together and, again, just support one another. I've seen it open people up. Like I said, with my husband, he was very closed off, and it caused father-son issues. It caused husband and wife issues. And just seeing by him helping out with SPEARiT, it also opened him up from his veteran trauma that, he realized by helping other people that, as we should say, live what you're preaching. It really opened him up to that and has really, affected all of us for the better. And for me, that has just been a piece. And yes, I'm a SPEARiT volunteer. Yes, I have been a part of SPEARiT both, on the volunteer side and on a benefiting personal side, but we're a family. I think ultimately at the end of the day, once you've experienced SPEARiT, you're just part of the SPEARiT family. I do. I grew up in rural West Virginia, and fishing for me was going with my dad, going with my brother, and we didn't have oceans. We had, rivers and lakes, and we did more trout fishing. But yes, I love to go fishing. I am a water child. I love to go and do beach walks, and so hunting and fishing. My favorite type of fishing is trout fishing. Yeah. I can say that I can outfish most of the men in my family, and they're all like the strategic, like, oh, you got to use this, you got to use that. And I'm the one that's like, oh, okay, so this bait's purple and this bait's got glitter in it, and I'll just throw it all together. And they would call it my Easter egg concoction, and I would slay them and they wouldn't catch anything. So, yeah.
We love it.
So with SPEARiT, we are 100% volunteers. There is not a CEO, there is not a financial officer, there is no one that gets paid here. Everything that is donated is 100% for our trips. It's for the charter captains, for their fuel. It is providing lunches, so it is 100% a volunteer-based organization, which is amazing. And we just can't thank our donors enough. SPEARitfishing.com, and there is a link on there. You can sign up. We are more than welcome. You can reach out to Trey, Randy Batts, myself, and we are more than happy to help set up a donation and get you rolling. With SPEARiT, we average 200 trips a year, and that is around $200 to $250 per trip per veteran. And like I said, 100% goes to these trips and to the veterans to get them out there. I think we always need volunteers. You can never have enough, and the more people that we have, the more services that we can get out there and give.